Hello everyone, it is Monday, June 19th, 2023, and it has been a long time since I've done a video. It's been a few months, but quite frankly, I wasn't sure if I was going to do any more videos. There's just a lot of stuff that's been going on here with the industry, things that have happened to me, something that happened at a local shop that we're going to talk about that I was really irritated about. But the bottom line is, since I've been away, I've been getting tons and tons of feedback, tons of support, positive comments from viewers. I see people here locally that come up to me and talk to me and just, hey, you know, I love your videos. How come you're not doing them anymore? I hope you're doing the videos. I look forward to them. So I thought, you know what? Let me just try to refocus, get a video out there, and we'll just kind of go from there moving forward. So I picked up only a few things the last few months, so I'll show you what I did pick up. This is Batman 136. That was the only DC. So there's that. I like the little Joker right there. That's why I bought this cover. Too many Batman books. I used to buy, you know, everything Batman, but I don't do that anymore. Just way too many books, too many covers, too many storylines coming out for Batman. So there's that. I picked this one up because it's a #1. This is Deadpool Batter Blood #1. New movie coming out, so I know people are going to be all jumping all over the Deadpool stuff again. Deadpool always has a good following, and I got a ton of Deadpool stuff. We'll talk about that later on. Black Panther #1. I picked up the Scotty Young cover because Scotty Young has a tremendous following, and his covers, they're usually pretty funny. So, you know, if it makes me laugh, I'm gonna look at it. So, and then a cover that I picked up that I really thought was one of the better covers that have come out to me in a long time, which is Star Wars #8. This is Star Wars Yoda #8. Just absolutely loved that cover. I did pick up a couple of them. I just love it. I think this is just a really smoking hot cover. So I picked them up. For you gamers out there from Titan Comics, Dead by Daylight. A lot of covers on this one. Here's one cover here. I guess there's a game code in there. I don't game Dead by Daylight, so the game code doesn't mean nothing. They're just going to be kept sealed. Here's another one here. The blank sketch variant, or, you know, just a blank blood red variant there. And this one right here. Robert Kirkman's new one, Void Rivals. Picked up a couple covers. Blank cover here. Read the story, wasn't real interested in it, but, you know, I gave it a shot. It is Robert Kirkman. Here's a cover here. There was what I picked up on that. A really cool Something's Killing the Children. It was a one-shot. I don't know if you can see it on this, but there is a very faint image right here on it. But really cool cover. Picked it up. I like Something's Killing the Children. Always have. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #140. Just like this cover here. Picked this up. Something Epic. This was it #2, I think? #2, cover B. Picked it up because it is a Back to the Future homage. I thought that was really cool, so I picked that one up. Money Shot #2. I picked up this cover. This is Cherry Pop-Tart. If you don't know who that is, real popular in the 70s, has a real hardcore following. I just thought that was a pretty neat cover. And then they had a polybag version. Nothing real big on that. Deep Dark #2 from Source Point. Kind of a wicked looking cover there. Battle Crashers, or Battle Chasers, excuse me, #10 from Image. J. Scott Campbell cover. Nice one there. And then I picked this up as a cover purchase right here, #10. A Something's Killing the Children trade paperback #6 right there. They're really not that expensive. I think it was like $14.99 for the trade paperback on this. Yeah, $14.99. Really good price on that. And then another really nice looking cover here. This is Betty Page #1. Kind of like that, kind of a see-through little outfit there. But again, it's Betty Page, and why wouldn't you want that? So there is that. That is what I picked up the last few months that I am showing. And again, we talked about, again, this video is going to be kind of a restart video type of thing. Again, for all of you out there that, send out the good support and the good vibes, thank you very much for that. I went to a local shop here a while back, and I'm not going to call it out by name, but those of you who are from Las Vegas are going to know exactly who I am talking about. Individual has a comic book shop that's been around for a long time. He's moved locations a couple of times. He prides himself on being the king of Las Vegas as it relates to comic books and comic book shops and knowledge and grading and all that stuff. And he's a pretty eccentric individual. I had never had an issue with him. And, I go in there, I spend money, I buy books. I, picked up vintage books for my personal collection. And, you spend good money in there. And he's cash only business. But, it is what it is. So I go in there a while back. And the minute I walk in, I go like I always do, walk up, shake his hand. Hey, how you doing? And he, looks at me and says, I'm mad at you. And I'm like, well, why are you mad at me? What did I do to you? And he's like, you have a YouTube channel. Well, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I've had a YouTube channel since 2012. How is that a big secret? And he goes this thing, well, I know what you're doing with it. I know what you're doing with it. And I don't appreciate you, buying things from me and then, having your channel and doing this and doing that. And it's like, you know what? I just walked out. I said, you know what? Have a good day. And I left. And the more I thought about it, the more pissed off I got. And it, again, kind of falls into all the things that I just really hate about the industry, the way it's going. So here's the deal. Yes, I buy books. I show them on my YouTube channel. I do have a private collection. I have books that I keep for myself. And I have purchased books from this individual for my private collection. I don't resell the books I get from him. I don't buy things from him that are older and sell them. I don't do that. It goes into my private collection. And I spend good money because, once in a while he has some really nice things and, he grades them out and the way he grades them. So I got real irritated about that because he has this understanding and this belief that, you buy something from me, you can't do this with it, you can't do that with it. Well, you know what? I'll buy something from you and I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. I'll throw, rocks at it. I'll throw it in the street. I'll flush it down the toilet. I'll resell it for $1. I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. I paid my money for it, and you can't tell me what I can and cannot do. I asked for the book. You priced the book. I paid you for the book. That's where it ends with you. What I do with it once I walk out of that shop is my business and my business alone. It's got nothing to do with you. If you don't want to sell, that's fine. But he has a tendency to do things like this. He yells at people. He, treats people poorly at times. If he gets into a bad mood, I've seen him treat his staff really poor, he yells at them, things like that, things I don't like. But again, that's just the way he is. And he has been like that since I have known him since, 2012. And I've not gone to the shop a few times because of that. But this last time right here, for some reason, just really set me off. And I spoke to somebody who, I guess he'd heard a conversation from there. And it wasn't so much the fact that I have a YouTube channel. It's the fact that he was told by another collector, about when they were talking about the YouTube channel that I have, the guy apparently made the comment that, oh, you know what? Yeah, he's a really good guy and he is a really, really good grader. He's spot on. He's, a lot of people think he's one of the best graders in the Valley. And I guess that really set him off because he thinks that he is the great grader and no one knows as much as he do. And for the fact that someone said something like that in his shop about somebody else just pissed him off. And so when he saw me, he took it out on me. Well, that's fine. You can take it out on me. I will never step foot in your shop again. I spent a lot of money there over the years, and I've defended you with people over the years who say things about you, and I was happy to do that. But from now on, you know what? Piss off. Do what you want to do. Hoard your books or, treat people like that's your own little kingdom. That's on you. That's the end of it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Enjoy your life. So there was that. And just the more I thought about it, the more upset I got about it because, the industry is really starting to suffer a little bit. There's a lot of shops that are having a hard time because, quite frankly, all these speculators that were buying things that we've discussed, the books didn't do the things that they were supposed to do. The vintage market has dropped, which is very surprising. Of course, you are always going to have those big keys that never drop. And, the ones we're talking about. Spider-Man 129, Incredible Hulk 181, Werewolf by Night 32, you know, the early Avengers, early X-Men, early ASM. Those are always going to be hot. They're always going to bring in a premium. Pre-code is always going to bring in a premium. But there's a lot of books that people were buying on speculation based off of the movies that were coming out, of the announcements that were made for, you know, DC Universe, Marvel Universe, and they didn't do anything. And you can look at tons of channels about people just losing tons and tons of money, about spending $1,000 for a book, and then 6 months later it's now, you know, $125, and they lose all that money. So they get mad, and the shops suffer, and the shops are suffering. There are, you know, every town has a shop that's going to be really good and thrive, but there's going to be a handful of other shops that are going to have a hard time making it because people aren't spending the money like they used to, because the bottom line is it's not the easy money anymore. When the pandemic was going on, you know, in 2021, things were selling for an outrageous price, and that's what started the big comic book boom. People were buying tons of books. They had all that extra money based off of, you know, getting money from the government, you know, the weekly pay. So they had all this extra cash flow, and it's the same thing for the hobby as it relates to baseball cards, sports hobby cards. Things just exploded, and the prices were going outrageous. I was selling Michael Jordan cards during the pandemic, and I'm getting $300 and $400 for cards that are now selling for $15, $20, because I knew that that market and the prices that they were getting wasn't going to hold up. People were just spending money and trying to make the quick buck. And there were a lot of people who made a lot of fast money, and now they're sitting on a lot of product, or they lost a lot of fast money, and that was it. So I had a chance. I just sat back and thought, you know, what is it about the industry, and what is it about the community that I love? What is it about comic books that I love? And I had to take some time to just kind of refocus everything. I love the community. I love the friends that I have. I love going to the shops. I don't like people fighting over books. I don't like things like happened at the one shop, you know, where someone's going to tell me what I can and cannot do with something that I purchase. If you sell something, you've sold it. You got the price that you asked for, and that's the end of it. And it just becomes a greedy, money-hungry cash grab that kind of takes away from the enjoyment that I've had all these years since I started buying books in the 70s. And I just kind of, you know, focused off. I kind of drifted off a little bit. I wanted to see if, you know, do I really have that love for the genre still? And I do have a tremendous amount of love for the genre. There's just things about it that I don't like, and unfortunately it's just been happening so much lately that it's really starting to overtake my enjoyment. But you know, I had a chance to sit back. Like I said, I had a lot of people reach out to me, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get back into doing some of the videos. I'm going to go back to, you know, trying to find the positives in the industry, not the negatives in the industry. So I'm, you know, I'm looking forward to that. Again, I know this video is just kind of rambling on, but you know, it's my first video in a long time, and there's some things I wanted to get off my chest as it relates to that. So there is a comic book show this Sunday, the 25th, at the Rainbow Library on Cheyenne and Buffalo. It is Sunday from 11 to 5, and you know, everybody's going to be there selling books and doing their thing. So come on out and take a look. It is the Old School Comic Con. It happens every 3 to 4 months. And so, you know, I hope to see some people out there and see if we can do some things. You know, I haven't been feeling real well 100% lately. So that's also been kind of a, you know, contributing factor to why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. But, you know, I'm hoping to get, you know, back up on the, you know, in the old feeling better wagon and kind of moving forward with that. I will show a couple of older books because I know people like to see the older books. I'm just going to reach into a box here. Everything I'm going to show you is going to be available. You know, got some prices on it already and stuff. Captain Savage number 13. Adventure Comics number 341 from 1966. Adventure Comics 348 from 1966. I don't know how this got in there. Someone must have put it in there, but we'll show it anyways. How about that, huh? No, I'm not going to show that one. Adventure Comics number 437, 25 center from, there we go, World's Finest 146. Swamp Thing 18. Love me the Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, Man Thing. Love them all. Commandy, Last Boy on Earth. High grade right here, 1973. This is number 5. Freedom Fighters number 1. I love that storyline. Good old Uncle Sam right there, kicking some butt. Legion of Superheroes number 2. Right there. And how about a few more while we're here? Again, everything Mylard, everything's going to be, available this weekend if you're going to come on out and take a look. If not, just come by, say hello. R number 1, high grade, 8.5, 1974. Kind of a campy book, but I like it. A book that's starting to pick up, well, a storyline, Daredevil. Daredevil number 9, this is number 91. Daredevil is a book you could pick up relatively cheap, especially the early issues you could pick up relatively cheap. And we've talked about that on the channel. And now all of a sudden, now people are starting to pick up those Daredevils and the Iron Man, realizing that it is a good value. 80-page giant, Jimmy Olsen, number 113. Captain Marvel, number 8. Superman, number 238. Jimmy Olsen, this is an 8.0. Jimmy Olsen, number 83. This is from 1965. Always like this cover. This is a Brave and the Bold, Batman Sergeant Rock, number 96. Love Sergeant Rock. We've talked about Sergeant Rock on this channel. Love the Sarge. And we'll show one more little stack, and that'll be the end of it. This is Batman, number 205. Superboy 152. Captain American Falcon 184. Captain Action number 3 from, what is this, 1968. This is a Gil Kane cover and art. Submariner number 29. And last but not least, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 3. Nice upper grade, 8.5. This is also first appearance of Mace. So there was that. Also this past week, we lost a legend. We lost John Romita Sr. Bottom line is, we are losing all of our greats. Neil Adams, Bernie Wrights, and now, Romita. And it's getting to that time. A lot of these artists from 50s, 60s, 70s, they're getting up there in age, and like I said, the old saying in the Rocky movie, I didn't beat him, time beat him. Time beats everybody, and so unfortunately, time's beating everybody as it is. So there was that. Again, it's been a while. I appreciate those of you who are going to watch this video. I appreciate those of you who are going to make comments, because it does, like I stated, it does mean a lot to me, and it's been a long time. But I promise it's going to be a lot more sooner. And we will start focusing on some of the newer things. I do have some books I'd sent into CGC through a local company here, through a local shop, Cosmic. And so I'll show you those books when they come back. There was a really nice second appearance of the Sandman that I sent in. And then I also have something that I want to show, that holders for CGC books to display, done by a gentleman out of California. I'll get all the information for everybody at the next video, and I'll show that. And a lot of you asked for this. I am currently working on something to where I'm going to start selling some books at a local shop out of a case, where I'm getting a case to list some books, and you'll be able to go in there and pick some books up. Again, my books are usually super, super clean and very well, fairly priced. So there was that. So it's pretty much all I have. Again, sorry for the kind of rambling on, but I got to get back into the groove. So I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day. Be safe. Hope to see you Sunday. If not, let's get back into the positive of this industry and find the good in it.